I'm recording on this. So application users 2, let's just kind of look at what they're asking us to do. This is where things can get a little interesting. So we want to add a method to our user class that allows for creating a new post. So let's just quickly do that. But where are we at? Let me actually CD up one level. I'll actually go ahead and what am I doing? All right. CD, wait, get checkout. So I just created a new branch, app users 2. All right. So if we think of this as like Facebook or Twitter or like, some social media site 2.0 that doesn't sell ads and doesn't collect our data or whatever, I don't know. We want to be able to collect posts. So I'm a new user. Can you all see my screen? Yes, okay. So once I sign up, so I sign up with my name, email, driver's license, date of birth, whatever. So I sign up for this website or this application, and I want to store my posts somewhere. There's many different ways to store it, but I'm just going to store it here at like posts, which I'm going to store it as an empty array, and each post is just going to be a string of whatever. It could be an object. So maybe depending on like how I want my post to, maybe I want my post to have a title and like a body. So I might want to store it as like an object with like title and like title with like body. All depends on how you want to store it, but I'm just going to store it. I'm just going to assume my post is a string. So let's see. So add a method to your user that allows users to create a new post. All right. So I'm going to create def create new post method. This is going to be take a self keyword. And now this is where things get a little bit interesting. So we're doing object oriented programming. So I could easily just create like new post equals input, create new post. But we want to do object oriented programming. Can we make post an object of like a totally separate object?
I guess you could make a class post within this.
Would you do like self.post?
Yep. So let's actually create, I'm just coming down here, create a totally separate class called post and def dunder init and take self, and I'm just going to call it content of the post equals content. All right. So if you didn't do this, that's totally okay. We're starting to build upon things, and we're going to have like classes or objects interacting with one another. So post class. Yeah, there we go. So there's a couple ways we could do this. So hold on, let me see. So create a new post. I don't know if this is going to work. Maybe it will. Post input like so. And then I'm just going to do self.posts.append new post. I don't know if this is going to work. Let's try it out. So what this is doing is when I create a new user and then create a new post, I take this input and I also, so it asks for user's input to create a new post. I type in like, I want to go to bed. And then it passes that I want to go to bed string into this post object, this post class, which gets passed into here, which gets passed into here. And now we append this new post, which now is an object, a post object to self.posts. So if I want to print new post, let's see what this looks like. So I've got user 1, user 2, and user 3. And if I do user _1 dot create new post and invoke it, clear it. Now I'll Python user. So right here, that's what is printing off right there. So it says create new post. This is my first post. And now you can see right here, post object, that is what is being printed off right there. And just like what I'm doing right here with this dunder string, that makes that a little easier to read. I can add that there. And I'm just going to return self.content. So if I were to do this all again, create new post, this is my first post. There's my first post. And so I create a new post, and then I just want to return self.posts. So create a new post. There we go. So I'm just going to do this one more time. I'm just going to comment out that user because I don't want that to show up. Clear. So create a new post. This is my first post. And this is my first post. It's being printed right there. I can get rid of that. Let's actually print this. So because I want that array of objects, of post objects to show up. I'm actually going to comment out this string just to kind of show you what this looks like. So now I have an array of a post object. And I can create many posts. So 4 posts. Create, I'll say first post, second post. So now notice how my array is getting bigger of all my posts. Third post, fourth post. So now my self.posts is an array of post objects. But if I want, so again, these are all post objects, but I want it to display a little bit nicer. Whoop. I can add that dunder string method there. And so 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's still weird. Hold on. Should be. Why is it doing that? Anyway. But yeah, so my post objects are right there. So this, what I'm thinking, this array should display just 1 right in here because it's trying to print out. Oh, never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 4 posts right there, like so. Any questions about creating a post and the post object?
Is there a way for us to see the post?
Yep. So let's create a method called def view _posts self. And now I can say if length of self.posts is greater than 0, that means there's posts. I can say for post in self.posts print post. So I create 4 posts. Now, if I want to, I can print user _1 dot view posts. I invoke that. Clear. I do 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I get 1, 2, 3, 4, which is coming from view posts. And I'm printing each post there. All right. Any other questions about, so I created a method to create a new post, add any instance properties, makes step 1 work. What data structure should you use? So what data structure I'm using is an array to store all the posts. I'm also using a post class to create a new post. But if you didn't create this post class, that's totally okay. But we just want to get in the habit of starting to build out objects for things we're interacting with. Now it also says add a class variable that stores the post from every user. All right. So now this is, we can do this multiple ways. We can modify our post to have like author, maybe. Author. So I can say like F string author self.author content, or then I'll just do like self.content. So now when I create a new post, let's see. So first input, I don't know if this is going to work. Never done this before. What is it? Self.name. Let's see if this works. I have no idea if this is going to work. So I'm adding the name to the author in the post, but I'm simultaneously adding an input. So create new post, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so there we go. We have the author, Tom, post 1, 2, 3, 4.
So I didn't create the post class, but the one thing I was thinking about was if you do it like that, are you gonna have 4? In that case, you'll have 4 separate entries with author, post, author, post, author, post, correct?
Correct.
Okay, because so I set it up where I created a class variable in class user using key value pairs with authors. Well, I used an email as the key because in theory names could be the same. So with email as the key, and then I stored the posts in an array attached to the key.
Yep.
So that you could then append to the array. So each author was attached to every post that author had made.
So something like this, right? So we have like an email that is associated with like the author, but you said you use email, and then we have all posts, which is an array of posts, right?
Yeah, but so it was just email on the left and then posts on the right. So it was email : post, because I did it with I created an empty object there for like just post history equals empty brackets or empty squiggles, whichever one they are. And then when a user made a post, so when I did make post, I did a check for if user exists in post history, add that post to that user, and if they don't exist, create that user like in post history and add that post.
But yeah, that's definitely one way to do it as well. Yeah, that's 100% a valid structure to use. All right, and there's this other one that says add a class variable that stores the post from every user. What structure should you use? All posts. And now here, I can literally just append that post to this all posts, or I can create a class method, add posts or add post. Add class method. And then I can do class with add posts dot append post object, I'm guessing. And then I'm just gonna do post object or post class. Why is that like this? Class. Oh, OBJ. And then here, I'm just gonna do I can do itself dot add posts and add that new post to that.
I think it'll need to be user, won't it?
I think this still might work, but just to keep things safe, I'm going to do that just for visual. Yeah. So I can do that as well. Add posts, so class. And now in here, I can just double check. Maybe I want user 1, user 3. User 2, user 3 view posts, and then print user dot all posts like so. So I'm going to create 3 posts or 4 posts. So create post 1. Oh shoot, what happened? Class add posts. All posts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So here are Tom's posts. Here's Kelly's post. Here's Joanne's posts. And then here are all the posts in the class. Like,
What's that none?
oh, that's just because the methods aren't returning anything. It's just adding stuff and then,
Okay,
yeah. So view all posts. I can also just go for post and class dot all posts, print post. And then all posts, I can view it there and view all posts. 1, 2, 3 is so user 1 posted something or created a post. It's right there in their array. User 2 created a post. It's in their arrays. So it's only a length of 1. Now 3, user 1 posts again, right there. And now user 3 is going to post user 3, whoop, first post. And now saying view user 1's post. Here's user 1's post. Here's users 2 posts. Here's users 3 posts. Here's all the posts in the array right here on line 69. And then I'm also printing, I'm looping through all the posts and printing each post individually in the order that they were created. So I just happen to use an array. You can use an array of objects. You could have done it a bunch of different ways that you want it to. But yeah. All right.